Now, the question is, how much can one man really make a difference in a story? Thanos showed us that one man can indeed make a difference, but his motive was quite different. What if a man, just to satisfy his ego, takes millions of lives across the multiverse? The world would have to change its ways around him, because he is not going to change. Recently, Marvel at SDCC 2024 cast Oscar-winning actor Robert Downey Jr. for the role of Doctor Doom. Now, is RDJ playing an Iron Man variant? And if not, what should we expect from his portrayal of Doctor Doom? Will this character deliver trauma even more intense than the end of Infinity War? So today, I'm going to tell you a gripping story that will fuel your curiosity for the upcoming Avengers, Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And that's not all. Recent information has come to light that you can't afford to miss. To know it, watch this video till the end. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the channel to stay ready for future videos. I'm your host from ScreenCat Universal, and this is where our story begins. What does it mean to be a multiverse murderer? There's always a motive behind doing anything, whether it's for growth, for justice, or for someone's benefit. But what happens when a man does all these horrible things just because he can? Victor's ultimate goal is to wipe out the multiverse and create a new world from scratch, where all the beings are made according to his design. He considers everyone in the present as failures. Even Thanos' intentions were aimed to do good for the world. But Victor has no such intention of doing good, lifting Thor's hammer, becoming the Sorcerer Supreme, tearing apart the multiverse, creating his own world, and ruling over it. These are just some of the highlights from Victor's portfolio. My crimes are justified by my perspective, as my perspective is all that matters, says Dr. Doom, who doesn't regret his actions because his worldview is his truth. But it will be interesting to discuss. Will this villain with such a strong psychology and strength become the strongest MCU villain to date? The easiest way to know is to compare him to previous Marvel villains. Who were those villains who stood up against our heroes? Thanos, Dormammu, Hela, Ultron, Ronan, and Red Skull. But before comparing Victor to each of them, let's first identify the most powerful one among them. The answer is quite simple. Thanos, the Mad Titan. The 2015 Secret Wars comics gave us one of the most brutal moments ever. Thanos claimed that even without the Infinity Gauntlet, he was still capable of defeating Doctor Doom. To that, Doctor Doom responded, "You have no idea what power truly is. At this moment, I am God. Defeating me is beyond your capabilities." Thanos ignored all of this and called him a coward dictator. In response, Dr. Doom ripped Thanos' spine out of his body in one swift motion. The master of sorcery and science crushed the Mad Titan in an instant. You can imagine the level of power he possesses. We haven't seen this power in the MCU yet. But now the question arises, why haven't we seen such a powerful villain in the MCU yet? And if we haven't, why are we unaware of his existence? So far, the next Thanos of Marvel was believed to be Kang. But with Jonathan Majors no longer being a part of Marvel, we still haven't gotten any hints of Doctor Doom in the MCU. However, greatness always reveals itself with time. Similarly, Doctor Doom may be introduced later, but this character is so complex that it won't take long to create an atmosphere of fear without giving him a proper origin story. So when do you think will he be introduced? If we were to guess when we might see the first hint of Doctor Doom, the answer is in next year's Fantastic Four, First Steps, which directly hints us that his origination will be set in the 60s retro future, same as the MCU's Fantastic Four. This makes perfect sense because Doctor Doom's greatest enemy, Reed Richards, will be a central character in that movie. So if Doctor Doom appears in the MCU, Fantastic Four, First Steps would be the perfect movie for it. But the biggest question remains, will RDJ be playing Doctor Doom as an Iron Man variant? In a recent Hollywood Reporter podcast, RDJ revealed that Doctor Doom will not be an Iron Man variant, but rather introduced as a traditional supervillain. Since Avengers Endgame, Robert Downey Jr. has been asked about his return to Marvel in several interviews. His response has always been that his greatest creation, Iron Man, had the perfect ending, and he doesn't want to ruin that. But desire knows no bounds, as every accomplishment leads to a craving for more. And these words weren't directed at RDJ, but at us, the fans. No matter how amazing his portrayal of Iron Man was, we always expect more. But is it the right move to give a completely new character an entire movie? What will Avengers Doomsday offer us? Basically, it looks like Doomsday is going to do the same thing Infinity War did. where our heroes will be defeated to set up the next chapter, where we can expect a Battleworld formation. Battleworld is a place made up of multiple fragments from different realities. And if we go by the theory, we've already seen this place in the MCU. Remember the Void in Loki? Even though it was shown as a scrapyard, it's actually a corner of the multiverse where all the different variants coexist. An interesting twist is, what if the Iron Man variant theory turns out to be true? RDJ has confirmed that there will be no Iron Man variant in Avengers Doomsday. But what if he's just bluffing? We all know Kevin Feige believes in shocking the Marvel fans at every turn. After all, Kevin Feige has fed us false promises before. Whether it was about Andrew Garfield or X-23 in Deadpool and Wolverine, Feige never holds back from giving us fake news just to provide fans with an unforgettable cinematic experience. Marvel will not leave any stone unturned to deliver perfection, which means all responsibility falls on RDJ's shoulders. No one understands the gravity of this role better than him, as it will conclude Marvel's Multiverse saga. At SDCC, the Russo brothers said before announcing RDJ, "We need the greatest actor in the world for the role of Victor Von Doom." And it's not just the fans, but Marvel too, who have complete faith in RDJ. Especially after Deadpool and Wolverine crossed the billion-dollar mark, the studios know that fan service is the key to success. This time, Marvel has focused all its attention on casting without repeating any mistakes. The important recent information I mentioned earlier is related to this. James Spader is returning as Ultron in Marvel's Vision series, which is closely tied to the upcoming big Avengers movies. So, that was today's story about RDJ in Avengers Doomsday. If you liked the video, let us know in the comments. And if you have any updated news on these topics, share it with everyone. I'll see you soon in the next video. Till then, subscribe to ScreenCat Universal. Thanks a lot for staying connected with us.